This is PJ with Fox Tree Farm. Welcome to our farm. At Fox Tree Farm, we specialize in spaded installation of mature trees. We grow shade, ornamental, and evergreen trees, and we're currently growing over 70 different varieties, and we have over 1,500 trees split between our field here in Portland and our field that we have back in the Lansing area as well. At our farm here in Portland, we have 37 acres of land growing on roughly 35 acres. At the field that we have back in Lansing, we currently grow on about 5 acres, but we do have the room to expand if we need to. Now 37 and 5 acres, that's a lot of land to manage with just 2 full-time staff. You have me, I manage the tree sales, scheduling, and I assist with maintenance here at our farm. And then we have our spade operator who installs the trees. He works on equipment if stuff goes down, and then he also helps run maintenance here at our farm. Occasionally, we will pull staff from our landscape company to help with large-scale maintenance like sapling planting in the spring, or if we have to mow the farm, we'll send a mow crew up here as well. Our maintenance tasks include bi-weekly or weekly mowing depending on how fast the grass is growing. This year, the grass is growing a lot. We've had a pretty wet summer. Weed whacking and weed control. We've got tree staking, tree pruning and trimming. We've got pest control as well. And there's a lot of other things that it takes to maintain this farm and to keep good quality tree stock. But it's so important to make sure that anything we're putting in clients' properties is going to be just how we would want it in our yards as well. On top of all that maintenance here at our farm, we also have to make sure our trees are healthy and they're staying watered. So we do have a power source here at our farm, which is really nice to be able to run our well. From that, we switch it over daily pretty much through the hot days of the summer. So I have it split into 3 different watering sections. So each watering section is 4 blocks of trees. 1 block of trees is 3 rows. So I have it split to the front of our farm, water 4 blocks up front, and then the next day I have it pushed back to the back and I water that in 2 different sections there. So just making sure to be out here, turn on the irrigation every day, switch it over to different blocks, and with that too, you gotta make sure there's no leaks. We get a lot of leaks on our lines. We've got a lot of critters running around. Mow guys hit it sometimes, stuff happens. So every time we turn it on, we drive up and down after it pressurizes, make sure there's no leaks, and a lot of times we are repairing at least 5 leaks every day. So most of the trees we plant at our farm are bare root saplings. So what that means is they don't arrive in a pot or in a ball and burlap. They are root exposed, true bare root trees. So here's Cleveland Select pear tree we planted this year. You can see we've got a stake tied to it. We've got a basket around it. This is gonna help keep the tree straight when it's young. We can remove that stake as it ages out and it's got a little more rigidity in the trunk. And then the cage is gonna help prevent any rodent damage, deer damage to the best that we can, because we do have a lot of pests here at the farm when it comes to other animals too. Most saplings, from when we plant them to when we can move them, usually you're looking at about 5 to 8 years, really depends on the variety of tree. Some trees grow a lot faster than others. You've got some fast growing maple trees, they might move in 5 years, or we've got some ginkgo trees that are more specialty, they grow a lot slower. Those might be closer to 8 to even 10 years sometimes to be ready to move trees into your yard. So typically we're moving trees that are anywhere, when you're talking about shade and ornamental trees, anywhere from about 3.5-inch caliper up to about a 6-inch caliper. So the caliper is the diameter of the tree's trunk measured roughly 10 inches to a foot off of the root flare, which you see on this autumn blaze maple. So this maple tree, roughly a foot off the ground, is just about a 4-inch caliper. So this tree is ready to move. As you can see, it's a really nice size. I mean, it's probably 15 foot tall, 12 to 15 foot tall at just a 4-inch trunk. So you can see you can get a really mature tree, and it's definitely within our means to move. If we go over that 6-inch mark with a shade tree or ornamental tree, the tree is gonna incur more stress when we transplant it, and it can really decrease its chances of survival. When it comes to evergreens, we like to go up to an 8-inch trunk. They're a little more forgiving, and we can move a slightly bigger evergreen than we would in a shade or ornamental tree. So to move the trees, we operate a Freightliner 106 with a Big John 65D tree spade. So essentially, you got a cab of a semi-truck with a tree spade mounted to it. It has a lot of hydraulic digging power, so we can dig in almost any ground condition, any soil type. There's only been one instance with that truck that we've had to come back to a job because the ground was too hard. We also have a skid loader spade, so with that it's a 33-inch spade. We can use it to move trees on site at people's properties, little smaller jobs, smaller trees, but it's very convenient for some of those bigger tree moving jobs or more volume tree moving jobs. And then we also have the side-by-side here at the farm. So this thing is super convenient to be able to buzz around the roughly 40 acres we have, maintain everything, take clients on meetings with the side-by-side, and then you're not walking 40 acres multiple times a day. So it's very convenient to have here. Thanks for taking a tour of our farm with me today and seeing what it takes to operate and manage a tree farm.